The burden against Damascus. Behold, Damascus will cease from being a city, and it will be a ruinous heap. The cities of Aroer are forsaken. They will be for flocks which lie down, and no one will make them afraid. The fortress also will cease from Ephraim, the kingdom from Damascus, and the remnant of Syria. They will be as the glory of the children of Israel, says the Lord of hosts. The prophecies in this chapter are about two nations north of Judah, Damascus, Syria, and Ephraim, the 10 tribes realm. These two are described at the same time because they formed an alliance. It is a biblical principle that he who has fellowship with the sins of someone also shares in the judgment on those sins. For the believing remnant in the future, this is a warning not to put their trust in people, that is, in Babylon, the restored Roman Empire, Europe. These verses give a short burden of Damascus. The judgment, again carried out by Assyria, is not only about Damascus, the capital of Aram or Syria, but also about the cities of Aroer. The judgment will result in the whole area being completely deserted, so that the flocks will be able to lie down there without being frightened. In the days of Isaiah, Damascus is connected with the 10 tribes. This is expressed in two ways. Ephraim, Damascus, and Aram, i.e. the Syrians, the sons of Israel. A common intention implies a common fate. Just as the glory of the sons of Israel, which was visible in the fortified cities, has vanished, so will ally Syria. Because of that connection, the judgment on Ephraim follows directly in the following verses.
Against Damascus, Hamath and Arpad are shamed, for they have heard bad news. They are faint-hearted. There is trouble on the sea. It cannot be quiet. Damascus has grown feeble. She turns to flee, and fear has seized her. Anguish and sorrows have taken her like a woman in labor. Why is the city of praise not deserted, the city of my joy? Therefore her young men shall fall in her streets, and all the men of war shall be cut off in that day, says the Lord of hosts. I will kindle a fire in the wall of Damascus, and it shall consume the palaces of Ben-Hadad.
Judgment is also pronounced on Damascus. Damascus is the capital of Syria, the land from which Israel and Judah in particular suffered greatly. It is also the city to which the grace of God is attached through the conversion of Saul when he is on his way there, and where he also stays for some time as a converted Jew. Hamath and Arpad are cities in northern Syria, taken first by Assyria and later by Nebuchadnezzar. When these cities hear the news of an impending war, they melt away in fear. The inhabitants by the sea, to which they owe their prosperity, become filled with anxiety and restlessness that they cannot get rid of. Restlessness is a disaster in the life of a people and of an individual, and a cause of much misery. There is no courage to resist the enemy who is coming. All one can do is turn away and flee. The fear is deep, the distress is great, and is compared to the contractions of a woman in childbirth. The city on which they have boasted and where they have had fun lies deserted because of their flight. The praise and joy they think back on with melancholy is praise and joy without any thought of God. Therefore, it cannot endure. The Babylonians will come and kill the strength of the city, the young men and the men of war. This says the Lord of hosts, who governs all this. He will execute judgment on the town of their joy and the palaces of Ben-Hadad, their king. Several kings of Syria bear the name Ben-Hadad. It is a title, as the kings of Egypt are called Pharaoh. Hadad is one of the gods of Syria, and Ben means son. So they are called son of Hadad.